What is up, y'all? This is Marshall Lee of DonkeyJawProjects.com, and it's been a little while. um, yeah, it's been a little while, but here we are. Um, I went on vacation a few weeks ago, a couple weeks ago, I guess, and had a week off, which was really great. I'll talk about that a little bit later. Um, didn't do much, but that's kind of why it was great. And let's see. And then I had a week last week where I was just like, it was a tough week, a weird week. Things have been challenging lately. So, you know, I just haven't been super motivated to do anything uh, lately, except for random kind of creative things a little bit here and there, and also sleeping. um, just tough times right now for personal reasons I'm not going to get into. Um, but yeah, some of the toughest things I've ever going through right now. So yeah, that's that. And you know, corrupt vice presidents trying to steal elections doesn't help either. But you don't want to hear me talk about that. Y'all probably disagree with me anyways, so that's fine. I don't care. I'm not going to get into that. But I'm not actually as bitter as I sound. To me it's God is my main dude. God, Jesus Christ, that's who my allegiance is with no matter what, whether the president I like gets in or doesn't get in, it doesn't matter, when it comes down to it. God's in control, and that's what's important, um, to me at least. So, anyways, yeah, that's my deal. I haven't been working on too much, like I said, but some cool things have come through in the mail and things. Let's see. I want to make sure that I got the comments on so I can see. We got All right. We got some people in here. We got Anna in here. What's up, Anna? Thanks for coming in. Ara, how you doing? There's not another live stream. I feel blessed that you're here, man. I know I'm going a little bit early here, so the live streams will probably start popping in soon. Van Illustration, Mr. Clay, how you doing, man? Glad to see you here. Um, Anna's 100%. I like to hear that. Mindfully Stoic. Hey, Marsh. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. Um, so yeah, some cool things have happened. Something like this has happened. Oh, let me take down the thingy dingy. This has happened. That's pretty neat, don't you think? Look at this. We got a new anthology from the AAA Creators Group, heralded by Peter Seckler and friends. And a lot of us put some work into this, and I didn't put, well, I put some work into it, but most of this is because of many other people. I did some writing for a story and did some kind of cover art for a story that was drawn by Aaron Guzman, also known as Monkey Wrench on many social medias. But this thing's cool. It's the second anthology from the AAA Creators Group. The first being this one right here that I did draw a comic in, which is really cool. I love this. Again, Aaron Guzman did the cover to this and the other one. So Aaron rocks. And so does everybody else who contributed to this. We got a new AAA logo created by Shell Presto, and there's different names for people in different things, and I'm brain farting right now, and I shouldn't be because I talk to him, on the Discord often, and I'm sorry that I'm forgetting the actual username. But yeah, this was a really cool logo. I love it. Looks kind of, it's got like this like rocket ship thing, and it kind of reflects the old logo as well, which I love the old logo too. It's really cool. So you know, this is really neat. And there's a lot of cool stories in here. There's a link in the description if you want to check it out. And it's only like $10 and some change. I think a little more after shipping or something. Let's see if I can bring it to the part that I was involved in. There's a lot of cool stuff in here, but you're gonna have to buy it to check it out. But Aaron did the did I wrote a story called Janaconda, and it's actually a silent kind of comic, but I mean it did take time to write the thing. Funny enough, it's almost more like choreographing, I guess, if it's a silent comic, but there's a story to it. But Aaron did the art. Aaron Guzman, he's an amazing artist. You'll be seeing some more stuff soon too. But he's a really cool dude, and I've been working with him, and you'll hear about some other things too in a minute. But you know, he did some amazing art for this. Like, it's so cool to write a comic and then see an amazing artist illustrate it. Like, I just like when I saw pages that came in, I like printed them out. They're like on my wall and stuff. It's really cool. So I did do some art for it though. There's like a cover page type thing, and he did the rough pencils. Pretty darn rough, but he kind of set up the page, and I went in and did tight pencils over that, and then I inked it and kind of finished it up. So I think it's a pretty cool collaborative piece, and you can see that right here with the Janiconic. Excuse the water bottle. The Janaconda adventure. It's like a jungle girl. Like, if you don't know, jungle girls are like, that's a part of comic book history. That was a big trend at one point. And I created these characters. He fleshed them out, and we got some really cool art in here from Aaron. Let me just, I'll open up here. This is the page. This is the first two pages, and the page I have on my wall is this one. And I just love the action and the gesture, expressions, and like he just kicked butt on this thing. Janaconda looks a little bit different than I envisioned her, but hey, I gave him like the most sketchiest of sketches, like, and I love how he interpreted it. She's just really cool, really expressive, really powerful, actually. And yeah, really, really cool thing. If you want to get this book, check out in the description below. It's not expensive. The money, I don't even know where the money goes to. I think maybe there's a pool to go towards the next anthology, which is a Christmas or a holiday anthology. So that's gonna probably be out quick. I know they're doing like really hard deadlines on that thing, because obviously we only have a certain amount of time left. I'm not involved in that one except for it's on my Discord. That's about it. But the Discord is much more than just me at this point. I've even considered kind of handing more of the reins to people who are involved, because just a really awesome community, and people get out of it. I mean, there's some people who have published their first two books, two stories so far. There's people who have published their first comics and haven't even necessarily done the anthology, but because of all the support in the group and all the cool help that you can get there's so much resources there. Yeah, there's a link in the description. That check out my Linktree link, where you can sign in and check out the Discord. But that being said, I don't know, really cool things are happening. And I've been away, and I'll talk a little more about that. I did invite some people on if they wanted to come by. Anna, I see you there. You could always come by if you want. I can send you a link. Clay, you're welcome, but I know you're busy and you got kids, and but feel anytime you want to come on, man, I'd be happy to have you on. Um, and hey, I don't know, Ara, do you do shows? You can come on sometime or whenever, But I'm getting to know all kinds of different people, and those are people I've had a little bit more contact with, or a lot more. So for some of them, actually. Um, so cool. Um, this is a couple parts of something called the Mini Comic Bundle by Aaron Guzman, and this is one of the first ones he sent. He's on number 2, Writer's Block, and this is a really cool, fun comic having to do with a little bit of graffiti art and just some other stuff. Really cool stuff. I don't want to spoil anything too much here, but his art is amazing. And so he has this monthly mini comic bundle thing, and he started it a couple months ago. Oh, this is not him. This is this is an not Earthworm Jim. This is that guy who's famous and does Earthworm Jim. Why can't I? Doug Tenaple. It's really cool though. This little mini comic thing he made and stuff. So I don't know, pretty neat. But I didn't mean to show that. But anyways, Aaron Guzman. There's more mini comics around. I don't know where I placed them, um, but I'll show you. This was the first one, and I got the second one in the mail. So let's check that out. I'm seeing it for the first time myself here. I did open it, but I tried to avert my eyes so I didn't see anything. So there's actually, I'll show you the bonus thing first. This is the year of 2019, his Inktober sketches, and this is really, I'm excited. I didn't know I was in this. I think he just hooked me up because we've been talking and stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, wow, you guys are seeing this even better than I am first. So, I mean, I love stuff like this, like sketchbooks or Inktober type stuff. Like, if I knew this existed, I probably would have just bought it anyways. So, thank you, dude, for sending it. And I'm gonna look through this some more. Let me just see if there's like one that kind of pops out, especially that makes me want to show it, especially so you can get a good look. Oh, it looks like it almost looks like maybe he made a story out of it, so I'll have to check that out. But here's one of the first few pages that I like, that kind of shows his style a little bit. He really gets into cool perspectives and foreshortening and forced perspective and stuff a lot of times, and he's also very gestural. I mean, he's an amazing talent. There's so many amazing talents involved in the AAA Discord, and he's one of them. So what's going on right now is, and this isn't going to be all advertising. I'm going to be talking about some stuff that, just some thoughts on creativity and stuff. So let's see. So right now, what he did is this is what you get. You get like this kind of like I don't know if people go to the actual bank anymore, but if you ever go to the bank and you get money or something like that, they'll give you a little envelope just like this. And maybe I don't know if this is the same size, but it looks similar to me. And it looks like he printed on envelopes like that. And this is like, it comes in a little package, and you get some mini comics every month if you sign up for his thing. There is a link in the description to sign up for his coffee subscription service. I think you have to do it every month. You have to do a new purchase. But, it says, thank you for supporting independent creators. And it's the Vault, AaronGuzman.com. See if I can get a little focus in here. Unfortunately, this camera is weird about focus. Like it doesn't. It's supposed to, I think, autofocus, but it doesn't seem to want to ever do that. That's better. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I definitely recommend. I almost don't want to open this up. It's going to be worth more someday if I don't open it up. Maybe I need to buy another subscription from him just to get an unopened version. um, so, anyways, what's up? Ronnie's in the house. Feel free to Ronnie, if you wanted me to shoot you a link, I'd be happy to have you on. I'm just saying, I'm be happy to have my friends on if y'all wanted to. So here we go. We're opening up the package. It comes in a little plastic thingy. And again, this isn't going to be, 100%. We're getting to some fun stuff here tonight too. Talking about creativity. But I just wanted to share with you some really cool stuff. So it's hard to get it out because he does this cool packaging stuff. Like, he goes above and beyond. It's not just like, hey, I'm going to send you a mini comic. It's like, I'm going to send you a package of mini comics, and it's going to have this cool whole setup. So it comes with this, like, I don't know what you call this, but it's like this little almost cardboard, sleeve or something. And this is the second mini comic bundle. So it comes in that like bundle, and you open it up, and it includes these 3 stories, and there's a little drawing on there, like put this thing together in a cool way. So the thing that's really cool about this is a collaboration with Aaron Guzman, and originally it was just going to be him, but he's collaborating with Fogbreaker Studios, my buddy Jason, and Jason Alexander, and you can see you got like a little business card. If I could ever get this thing to focus. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Support literally means the world to us. Nice. Here's some contact information. I should have looked before. I'm glad there's not a phone number on there. So Fogbreaker, also known as Jason Alexander, is writing these stories, and Aaron is drawing them, and they're mini comics, and they're coming out every month, and y'all should check them out. Green Roses, Fishing Trip, and Hourglass 2. That's cool. I can't wait to read these. These are going to be fun. So yeah, cool stuff for sure. Definitely, like I said, go down in the link in the description below. Support some awesome creators, friends of the show, friends, cool AAA people, and I think you will be happy about that. Mini comics are awesome, and these guys are awesome, and so I don't see why you wouldn't support. Let's see what people are saying. Anna says, really exciting to see the second book in print. I know, right? It's like, I'm so proud of you guys. Like, everybody, I mean, Anna, this is, I think Anna's first publishing with us, right? Maybe first published comic. Let's see, since she's in here, let's see if I can find, oh, there we go. I see it. I know the images. I've been when you put this thing together. There we go. There's Anna's story, End Star Arrival. So, story and art by Anna Robb. I think she says she pronounces it Rob. I remember having a conversation about that. So yeah, really cool stuff. I'm looking forward to, I haven't read, I've had this for a while, but I haven't read anything in here yet, but I need to, because these are really cool. So, I mean, I haven't had it for that long, just like a week or a couple weeks or something. So anyways, Yeah, Anna's kicking butt and taking names, as is everybody in the group. Skull Diamond 94. Hi, Marsh. I've been having fun with the level up sketchbook exercises. Awesome. I'm glad you have been. If you're not involved in the AAA Discord, you might want to check it out because there's a lot of activity, things that there's so many exercises there in the Discord, daily exercises. Sometimes they're not as daily, but usually they're somewhat daily art exercises and also just other there's so much stuff. There's a community. We have voice chat. We have all kinds of things where you'll find some cool things to kind of put in that level up sketchbook as well. One of these days, I'll make some more videos for it. Lil Bot sends a heart. Thank you for the heart. Let's see what else we got. Ronnie says hi once again. I'm kind of catching up on the chat here. Let's see. Clay says, "Thanks, man. I want to get on someday just to talk with you. Kids are crazy tonight, though." Yeah, I bet, man. And yeah, that would be really fun to chat, even if we just chat behind the scenes, if that's what you're talking about. But if we chatted live, that'd be cool too. Anna says the focus looks good. Thank you for the feedback. It's always helpful. Fitz Factor, how you doing? Thanks for hanging out. Good to see you here. Game Gang Gamers. I like that's a fun name. 3Gs. How you doing? Red Hawk. I like that. I like the avatar, the abattoir. The first video I watched of yours was tips on doing mini comics. It's actually inspired me to combine a Christmas card and mini comic to hand out to friends. That is super cool, man. That's really neat. I'd love to see that. If you happen to join the AAA Discord, definitely share that in the art share because I think I would love to see that. Let's see, Anna. Right, yeah, my first published comic was through the 9-Volt Anthology. Woo woo! Anna's rocking it. Do that. Julian Larson, how you doing? Julie Ann Larson, that's probably how you say it. How you doing? What's up? And Fitz Factor, what project are you currently working on? Man, Fitz Factor, you are the person, the man, the whatever. You're awesome because you just hooked me up with the perfect segue to move to the next situation, I guess. So let's talk about vacation. Vacation was interesting. Basically, I had to take time from work because of time, and I haven't used it. And my bosses kept telling me, if you don't take it, you're gonna lose it. And I'm like, I ain't gonna lose it. Trust me, I ain't gonna lose it. Even if it comes to the end of the year and you don't want me to leave, I'm not coming in. I don't care. But I was like, all right, I'll figure out some time to take off, and I did. So I had a week off. I also have this Friday off, and a few other days off before the end of the year. So that's cool. But man, that I don't think I knew how much I needed that vacation, and I could probably use like 3 months more, to be honest. But that was thoroughly enjoyable, though. And I wouldn't want 3 months more. I mean, would, because then I could work on projects, I guess. But you know, three with COVID going on, I don't want 3 months because it's just like, you don't really have a lot to do right now, and yeah, COVID's gonna end soon anyways. So we got vaccines coming. We got situations that will probably cause people to not care anymore. I'm not going to get into that, but anyways, COVID, kind of puts a damper on things. But I'm not going anywhere right now. Anyways, I got too much in my life to deal with. I'm not like I don't even have the mental capacity sometimes to get out. But anyways, you know, one thing is every time I take time off, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get this done. I'm gonna get that done. I'm gonna spend all this time working on comics and this project and that project that needs to get done, and I'm gonna get so much. And then the time comes. Like, sometimes I do okay when I have time off. Sometimes I'm like procrastinate a lot. um, and it's always a weird thing. I rarely get as much done as I want to get done. And this time I didn't go in saying like I'm gonna go crazy on my projects, even though I had more time. I think I got a little burnt out, to be honest. I've been doing these live streams uh, pretty like often, like 2, 3 times a week, sometimes more. And scheduling times with people and also getting on other people's live streams a little bit. And I've been just doing the live stream game a lot lately, and it was really good and helpful and healthy for me for a while because I had to break free from the depression and the crazy struggles I'm going through. And it helped a little bit. It definitely helped a lot, actually. But I think I got burnt out on it, to the point where the last live stream or two, I was like, I really had fun doing them, but I kind of didn't even, I wanted to cancel. I just was, I didn't have it in me anymore to do. I needed a break, I needed a break from live streams. Um, but I'm glad I didn't cancel because those last few were really great. And I got to know some people I never even knew, so that was really neat. So anyways, I didn't really mean to, but I kind of stopped YouTubing for a little while. I wanted to work on edited videos and stuff, and so I've been working on this this kind of YouTube comic. I was calling it for a while. I also call it a comic called Doodle Dave, and it's a one-page comic. And that one page, I've spent whatever comic time I'm working on stuff. I've spent a lot of time on it, sort of, but it just takes too long because I've been doing at least a half an hour a day, and a lot of times that at least a half an hour a day ends up being all the time I spend, only a half an hour, which I have more time on my hands, and still somehow I feel like it's hard to push myself to even do a half an hour. Um, and that's frustrating because comics take a lot of time. And it's also frustrating because, I spend all this time working on a one-page comic, and also I showed you that Janaconda, cover I did, and even though it was partially penciled for me, it still took me forever to do, like ridiculous amount of time. And I'm starting to get a little frustrated with how long things take. I mean, I've been frustrated with that a lot in my life. But now I actually have time, and it's still the same situation, for the most part. I should be working on things more, but you know, I don't know. Maybe so I second guess myself these days. Like maybe I'm not cut out for heavy lifting when it comes to making comics. I don't know. I don't know the answer to this. I'm not saying I haven't made any decisions or anything. But it's just comics is a tough world. I'm not talking about socially, but just even just working on it. And mini comics. I'm the one who shouts mini comics and do your first comic, and I feel like I'm preaching something that I see a lot of my friends, like in the AAA Discord, kicking my butt out. There was this whole challenge that I created earlier this year, right in the beginning of this year. Make more comics, and whoever makes the most comics wins by the end of the year. That's coming up soon. In fact, I have to make some plans, as far as making sure we tally it up and see who's made more, and divvy out the prize and figure out what the prize actually is, because we never like 100% landed on it. I mean, part of it I already know, but it might be more, end up being more. Maybe I don't know. I have some thoughts on it. Anyways, but people have been working hard this year, and it's not even because of the challenge necessarily. I just see a lot of people really driven to make stuff, and I just feel like such a schlub myself because I'm not doing it so much. Part of it is because I'm going through like the hardest time in my life ever, this year. I got knocked and thrown for a loop. Everybody has this year. 2020 has been a crazy year for everybody, especially in America, but everybody in the world. COVID is crazy and annoying and hard to. It's psychologically tough. I think I mentioned this in another video. I feel like we all actively, as in the world, have, or a lot of us at least probably have kind of this uniform like PTSD from this. Not necessarily like, some people it's harder for than others, but I think we've all been affected by it. This is not anything any of us have really gone through, except for there's some countries, I guess, who have gone through things like this, so maybe it's not so bad for them. But you know it's a weird thing. So anyways, we've all gone through that, but I've also had another thing that's been crazy, 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 crazy. One day I'll talk a little bit about it, but I'll probably never go in depth because it's just personal, personal stuff. Um, so, you know, that being said, this has been a crazy year. But even still, like, I got back on the horse. I got back to the place of working on projects, and I thought I was going to be kicking butt. Just since I had more time, even though I'm going through a struggle, I still have more time. So it's like I should be, that kind of pour myself into it to help me get through the struggle. That was my theory, at least. Um, so, anyways, but I've just let myself be distracted a lot, and I guess that's the nature of what I'm going through too. So it is what it is, but I'm trying not to beat myself up too much, but it has affected me. That being said, so vacation came, and what happened was I kind of just I've been really wanting to play around with music a lot lately. Well, for a long time, it's just been an itch that I haven't been able to scratch for a long time. I used to spend all my free time working on music, and I got to a point where I spent all my free time working on comics, and the music went by the wayside. Now comics is still my main bag. It's gonna be, I think, but you know, music can't not be there. Like, it's almost unhealthy for it not to be there for me because it's just something I need to do. It's something I need to explore, play around with. So during my vacation, I ended up just saying, you know what, I'm just gonna kind of throw caution to the wind. I'm not that that's maybe not the right saying, but I'm just gonna let myself do whatever the heck I want instead of trying to get stuff done. And as soon as I started doing that, I was like, this is fun. I'm just having fun. I'm enjoying it, sort of enjoying, but also learning a lot because I had a big learning curve with trying to figure out programs and stuff because I make hip hop music. But I want to play around with different kinds of music. But the basis of what I do is like electronically based, computer based hip hop samples, but also synthesizers, things like that. Whatever it is that I want to use. But I also want to try making other kinds of music. I want to learn how to play the piano. I got some new equipment and things, some monitors, a keyboard. I'm looking into maybe getting a microphone. I got a little interface. I have this little microphone, but I need a little bit of a better one. Um, you know, I'm not gonna go crazy, crazy, but I've already got most of what I need. But anyways, so I spent a lot of time just playing around with making beats, learning how to work on use programs and stuff, and even to the point where I published a little bit of something. You guys may or may not have noticed. I think I put it on Twitter, and I don't know if I put it. I think I did put it on Discord as well, and some people have checked it out. But there's a link in the description. It's called No Fi Volume One. It's only 2 beats so far, and this is just me putting out fun stuff that isn't even super polished necessarily. It's just like lo-fi, like meaning like it's not meant to be like an amazing, really well mixed thing. It's just me having fun making beats and getting something out for now. And then, maybe I'll work on stuff that's a little bit more polished, but I probably don't want to go too crazy still because I like I like music that is a bit rough around the edges anyways. Alternative music back in the 90s was cool to me. Punk rock I love, and there's a lot of rough edges. That's probably the biggest extreme of that, or alternative music in general, alternative like indie rock or whatever, indie songwriters, things like that. But also in the hip hop realm, I've always liked groups and artists that keep it rough and kind of, you know, I don't know, just they don't polish all the edges. They don't like, smooth out all the edges and polish all the surfaces. Um, so, Wu Tang is their first album is a great example of that. It's just like such a like punk rock hip hop type of album. Like they just went in there with energy and crazy beats, and it's just all over the place, and it's awesome. There's nothing like that first Wu Tang album. So that being said, that's kind of what I'm doing. Not that I'm anywhere near like a Wu Tang or whatever, but like it's just me having fun with stuff and putting some stuff out. So check that out if you're interested. But it was nice to just let myself creatively explore without the need to try to finish a specific project. It did make me feel better when I actually published it, though, that I made a little cover using some public domain, comic book art. Um, and I put it up on Bandcamp, and you can get it for free. I think I put it for free, or a donation of any amount. I don't know. Maybe I didn't put it for free. I think I did though, so far. So, anyways, so check that out if you'd like. But yeah, I'm gonna keep playing with music. There's other music too. If you click on like my name in there, and there's actually some like Christmas music that I made like this little. It's kind of the similar concept. Like I just beats. I probably will make some more this year as well because I love Christmas music and I've always wanted to make beats from Christmas music. So there's like 4 beats in there and then one actual Christmas song that I made many years ago, with like raps and stuff. It's very cheesy and very Christmassy. It's pretty dumb, but it's fun. It's not me like being the MC I like to be. It's just me being goofy. So I do rap as well. So maybe I'll have some raps coming at some point. Who knows? But right now I'm kind of focused on instrumental stuff, and I want to learn piano and stuff. I've wanted to learn that since I was 5 years old. I remember going to my aunt's house, and this is like I was so little. Like like my nose probably was at the same level as the piano keys, on like one of those upright like pianos. And I just remember playing with the keys, and I made a couple little like tiny melodies, and I was like, I just felt like I can do this. I can play piano. Like there was no question. I was like, the creative, th- you know, thing was in me even back then. And I always remember that. Like, and since then, I've always wanted to play piano, and I never learned. I mean, I've learned a lot of things a few times I've given it a shot, so I still kind of remember a lot of that stuff. I just need to do it where I practice. If I practice every day, then I actually learn the thing. So, Ron Todman, blessings room. How you doing? So yeah, Fitz Factor, that's the project I kind of was working on. Um, so let me just get into that a little bit more. I feel there's something about, exploring, that's really important to me right now. I've mentioned before that I'm seeing a therapist once a week, and I'm realizing that I'm dealing with a lot of things that I have to learn. And it's actually been really a good thing. I've been learning a lot about myself, and there's a lot of work I have to do. um, and one thing I'm realizing is I have to figure out what my needs are. There's a lot of me being totally out of touch with who I am as a person because of things I've gone through. Um, and basically, I deal with codependency is a thing that I'm dealing with. So if anybody knows anything about that in mental health, then you kind of know where I'm at a little bit. Um, but anyway, so that's what I'm working on, and so part of that is me figuring out who I am and what my needs are. Yeah, I mean, I know a lot about who I am. I'm not trying to say like, I don't know. There's a lot of weird pop psychology things that I think are silly, but there's also a process I'm going through that's very real. And you know, me exploring is actually, I think, a pretty healthy thing. I'm second guessing, what I want to focus on, creatively, even how I want to present myself. Like, there's a reason why I changed my published name from my real name to Marshall Lee, which Marshall Lee is my real name. Lee is my middle name. It's not my last name, though. And long time, viewers will know my last name. And, it's not like a huge secret. You could probably figure it out somehow, Googling something. I don't know. But there's reasons why I stopped using that name publicly. And I don't know, maybe I should go back to that, because it's just things I've been thinking of. I don't really know. Um, I also like Marshall Lee, but it's a little bit tough because there's like a character from Adventure Time, I think. And so if you Google Marshall Lee, you'll get that a lot of times. And I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see. But it's just me keeping, being just me authentically. Like, I don't feel like I'm inauthentic as Marshall Lee because that is my real name too. But um, you know, I don't know. There's something about that that's making me think, well, I wonder if I should revert back. Um, so there's that. There's also just what do I want to do? Like, I've been talking about I want to do an Indiegogo sometime early next year. But I'm not, in all honesty, I'm not there yet. I don't have enough of anything to create an Indiegogo off of. I want to get to a point where I'm actually like almost done with the project at least, because I don't want to do an Indiegogo and then 2 years later you guys are still wondering where your book is. I want to do it properly, and then I want to build off of that and do more Indiegogos and things like that. So I want to do it right. So, and I don't have anything there yet. So I don't know. I'm contemplating that kind of stuff. I'm also contemplating, like, I kind of feel like maybe I want my role to be more of a writer, than anything. And I've already talked about this a little bit, but or maybe I don't know how much art, I love doing art. I'll always do art, but creating comic books takes so long, and I'm not obviously very good at disciplining myself to really make it happen sometimes, and it's frustrating because I kind of talk a good game, and then I see people and they're doing so much better than me, and you're not supposed to compare yourself to people, but I also judge myself just about against my own ambitions, and I don't know. I have so much more ambition than actually I produce. But again, I have to be kind of kind to myself and realize that this is the place I am in life, and it just doesn't mean that that's always going to be the case. So, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But that's just me being honest with you guys where I'm at. I did have a little bit of a breakthrough with Glyph. Like I feel like I have a much better idea of where I want to go with Glyph. So, I'm contemplating maybe that will be the project I work on, I don't know. Um, but, I have other stuff, Calamity Jane, a project called Otis. I got another project I'm working on. There's also the kind of anthology that's mostly my stuff. Um, I'm thinking that's probably the most likely best bet to do first. So I don't know. I might do that. A lot of people have asked about that, so it seems like people are interested in that. Um, Julianne says, "I'm working on a comic strip right now. That's awesome." And see these AAA people and just people in the audience. You guys all rock. Like Ronnie's finishing up his Christmas story right now. And to be honest, sometimes feel like I need time off from my time off. That's funny. That's interesting. Abe Sapien, an old friend. How you doing, man? Hey, all. I'm lurking, but hearing the cast. Good to hear you, Marshall. Thanks, dude. Thanks, man. One day, if you ever want to come on, I'd be happy to have you on anytime, man. You rock, man. I miss watching your 100 Days of Making Comics videos back in the day. And I've heard that you've been working on some things here and there, so that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to seeing more from you, man. Jacob Simpson, I have ADHD and staying focused on drawing is so hard. Coming up with 12 drawings while trying to draw the first one is annoying. Wow. Yeah, I don't think I have ADHD, but I feel like it sometimes, creative ADHD. I have a hard time sticking to projects because I have a lot of ideas and I get excited about each idea, but I don't think it's a diagnosable thing like for me because it sounds like what you're saying is a little bit more intense. So I'm sorry that you struggle with that, and I hope you found some cool techniques or something to help you you know to do whatever it is you feel like you need to do. Um, and yeah, I don't know a ton about the actual diagnosis of it, but yeah, I hope you're doing well with it, man. Dale, hey, how you doing, man? To me, streaming with guests like you do is the heavy lifting. It's funny because that's the thing is like that's been frustrating me as well. It's like I talk a good game and I feel like I'm doing a lot of work um, because I am the type of person who will hit social media hardcore and will hit YouTube hardcore. And, I also was doing some TikToks and stuff. I was getting back in my TikTok game, which I love TikTok. It's just a fun place to be. And there's so many creative things. It's like so much easier to create a video because they're only 15 to 60 seconds long. And you can do some cool things. But that being said, yeah, it's become my heavy lifting, and it's that's what frustrates me because it's like that's one of the things that frustrates me because it's like shouldn't the heavy lifting be me making comics? Am I, you know, am I distracting myself with activity like busy being a busybody, with live streams when I should be making comics? I don't know. The problem is when I live stream, it's usually at night, and honestly, even if I don't live stream, I find it really hard to make myself work at night. I have a very physical job. I also work out at a gym and stuff. And, by the time nighttime comes, I'm tired. But live stream isn't heavy lifting to me. That's almost like fun. I'm just hanging out, talking to friends. I mean, there's a little bit of stress to it. But for the most part, I enjoy it. But like I said, I did kind of burn myself out with it. I was doing too many of them. Um, and I can go every day, but I wasn't even going every day, but I think it's the dynamic of that, me wanting to have a lot of progress making comics, and then the live streams being almost a distraction, but they're also work, but they're also fun. Like all that put together, somehow I got burnt out on it. But yeah, I guess you could say in some ways it's heavy lifting. So there's a lot of Annas. There's Anna, and there's Juliana, and now there's Ariana. How you doing, Ariana Howard? Is there any free websites where you can scan your comics and clean them up on the computer before printing? Hmm. If there is, I don't know. I mean, obviously you can clean them up using Clip Studio or Photoshop or something like that, yourself. But is there like a website? I don't know. If anybody knows, like, I'm not even sure if I understand exactly what you're saying. Like that kind of stuff I would do, in in a program. So yeah, I don't know. But maybe there is. There's a website where you can flat your comic. I mean, it's interesting how it works. You still have to kind of flat your comic a little bit, but it kind of does some extra work, some work. It takes away some of the work for you. It's something that some people use in their workflow. But anyways, that's a different thing. Anna says sometimes you just need to step back and allow yourself a break. I know, and it was spontaneous. I didn't really quite mean to, but I took one day off, and I'm just like, I think I'm going to continue this trend. And I'm really glad I did, because I just needed it, and it was great. It was really great. I'm so glad I did it. Um, Jacob says there are a lot of open source photo editing software online that you can use. Yeah, I mean, if you're just looking for something to edit, you can always use GIMP, GIMP. That's free, and there's other ones too. Metabang, I think, is free. So yeah, and then there's also paid ones, which are great too. Oh, I think it's Metabang, right? But Dale says Krita as well. I forgot about Krita too. Yeah, you can use Krita. So yeah, cool. You guys are talking to each other. I probably should read these before I. Okay, so Anna says I kind of like the roughness as well, both in visual and auditory media. Yeah, me too, in visual as well. It's always been, I don't know what it is. I mean, I think that's why I like mini comics. That's why I like seeing all you guys comics. Not because yours are rough. Some of you are more polished. Some of you are more on the rough side or sketchy side. People talk about Rob Liefeld and stuff, and one thing I always loved about his comics were that they were sketchy and kind of rough. They've actually gotten a little more polished as of late, even though the anatomy still sucks sometimes. But I actually don't like it as much now as I liked it when I first saw it in like X-Force #1 and stuff. So yeah, there was an energy to it and a funness, and there's something to that that's pretty cool. In my own, Anna says, in my own perception, that roughness can make it feel a little more connected to the artist. That's cool. That's a cool insight. I like that. Peter Palmiotti, how you doing, dude? Saw your link, but literally just got home. Hey, Marshall. Hey, dude. Uh, Marshall, formerly known as Lee. The Marshall, formerly known as Lee. Yeah, informally known as the other thing and the other thing. I had like 5 rap names too when I was doing that a lot more. How do you sell a comic book? Um, get a bag of comic books, put your mask on, and walk out of your door. If you don't live in a busy area, then go to a busy area and hand them out and ask for people to give you money for them. I don't know, man. That was just a silly response, but actually, I'd give them away for free. I'd do that same thing, but give them away for free, and make sure they, emphasize, hey, or maybe get their email address. But if not, emphasize, hey, when you're done reading it, there's a survey. Go on the link that it says in the comic, and you can write a little survey of how, if you liked it or not, or what you thought of it. I'd love to hear, what you thought. Tell me, let me know if you liked how I rendered the lizard skin, or whatever it is that you're making. Just get people to read it. That's the big thing. If you can get people to read it, maybe you can get them hooked on something, and then run with that, and maybe you'll start to sell them by accident. The thing that us creators struggle with the most is something we don't think of as much, is awareness. We all want to jump out the gate and sell our comic, and nobody even knows who we are. Even me, like, I mean, yeah, I have like however many subscribers or whatever, but there's no guarantee if I put out an Indiegogo today that it would get funded. um and when it comes down to it, I have to create something that people actually like. And or if I don't do that, and I kind of, really flub that, then people won't come back for another time. So you got to make sure you entertain people. Focus on entertaining people, focus on getting people to read it, and having people be interested is kind of your currency for, when you're first starting. And then people will want to buy it eventually. And so Indiegogo is a great way. If you've gotten some kind of awareness, you've gotten some kind of following. Indiegogo or Kickstarter, any crowdfunding place. Again, once again, everybody, check out the links in the description. There's cool things. um, you know I mean, I'm selling comics right now. Maybe, I don't know. Probably nobody's buying them, but 9 Volt Anthology. Go get yourself. There's a link in the description, and then Aaron Guzman and Jason Alexander creating these cool mini comics. Link in the description. There you go. That's how I sell comics. It's the best. You just got to keep bringing awareness, and getting people excited about it. I think these things are freaking amazing and awesome, and I mean, I'm happy to buy those. So, let's see. Ichthy, how you doing? I just joined the Discord. Hope to chat with you all there. Yeah, hope to see you there. That's cool. There's a lot of people here who are on the Discord as well. Let's see. Pancho. I love that avatar. It's funny. It's like a pigeon with eyes and Fruity Loops in the background. That's cool. I'm making a comic book about World War I trenches. That's all I'm going to say about it. But how do I disturb it when I finish soon? Distribute it when I finish soon. Yeah, I mean, you know, find ways to create content around. I mean, if you want to go to the social media route, then find ways to create content around that thing that you're making. I think the best place right now is TikTok. You can get a big following a lot quicker there than anywhere else right now. But YouTube's great as well. Or whatever social media you're on, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. If they haven't banned you like they banned me. Um, go on there and talk about it. Post a panel of one of your comics and say what you were thinking about when you created that panel, and then just let people know, it's coming out soon, or if it's already come out, here's a link if you want to check out more, or whatever. So that's how to do it kind of on the indie level in social media. There's a million other kind of techniques, I guess, but that's the basic gist about it. Create content around what you made, and get people excited about it. Share your excitement and enthusiasm about it. So there's that. And people ask me these questions, and I can't even do it that good. But there's also the publishing through a actual publisher. If maybe it's something that Alterna would be interested in, maybe it's something that Image Comics would be interested in, or a million other companies. So there's that route. And then I don't know, there's a million ways. Like, use your imagination. I don't know. I love the entrepreneurial type of spirit. I mean, Aaron Guzman, once again, link down in the description. He created the mini comics bundle. He's working with Jason Alexander, and it's like, this is a way that not that many people are actually doing. Like, I'm sure there's other people doing similar things, but every month he's coming out with mini comics, and you can get them. Like, what a great way to get the word out and get some of your stuff into people's hands. I don't know, like, there's a million, like, really, a lot of people don't realize, but business and promotion and marketing and stuff, it takes the same kind of creativity that we use to create our comics. Same exact stuff, just I heard I saw something somewhere as like a book or something, be your own guru, or be your guru or something. Like, don't look necessarily to what other people are doing. Just think, ask yourself that question, like, okay, how can I distribute this? All right, well, one thing for you, you're talking about a World War One comic in the trenches. Man, there's got to be millions of communities out there, I'm sure, that are are war buffs, World War II or World War One, or Vietnam War, whatever, any war. People who There's probably groups that are about war comics, because war comics have been a huge thing. They might be older, whatever, I don't know. See if you can connect with communities that of people who have been in the military. Whatever it is, like, there's groups, there's communities out there, and if you're the only one, you don't just go there and shill your thing. Like, is shill the right word? I don't know. You don't just go there and like promote your thing. You go there and talk to people a little bit, and then you say, oh, by the way, what you're saying is interesting, because in this comic I made, I actually had a scene about this situation that reminds me of that, or whatever. And once you only need a couple people who are already in that group to be like, oh, you make comics about war stuff? That's interesting. And because that's an audience that may or may not be into comics at all, but because you're the only one there doing comics. I got this from another video, but I've thought about this in the past too. Um, because you're the only one really talking about, you have a comic, you'll get a lot more attention than if you go to a comic convention or you go to a comic store and try to sell it, because those people are in there for what they want. They're not in there to find new things necessarily. A lot of times, most people who go into those stores or go into the conventions are in there for their own reasons, and it's not necessarily that. There's probably very few people who are going in there thinking, I want to find some kind of indie war comic. Unfortunately, maybe one day there will be that kind of audience at a convention like that, or a place like that. That would be really cool. But there is an audience out there, though. I've said this before. There's a ton. There's way more people than we even realize who love comics, but they just don't know it yet. You know. You got to find the people who like the content that you're creating. Like, there's a subject matter. You got to find people who are into World War I specifically. There's probably just mining that area is enough probably to get you going. But people are amazed by art and artists. Even at even if you're not at an amazing level, they realize that they can't do that. And so when they see somebody be creative in that way, you know, we as creators, we look at other creators and we compare ourselves and we feel bad sometimes. But the outside world that doesn't create comics, they're amazed by things like this. You get to know somebody and then they find out you make a comic. That's a great way to go, and I think you can make a lot of you can really distribute your stuff pretty well that way. And I need to do that as well. Unfortunately, all my stuff ends up being very much in geeky territory anyways. But we got CB Smallwood in the house, maybe still, I don't know. How you doing, dude? YouTube can take away from making comics. Sometimes it's good to take a step back to stay productive. Yeah, probably true. um, Peter says, breathing is both in and out. We all need a good balance to do our best work. Peter, you're crazy, man. You always have you should like write parables for a living. You always have like something deep to say. Like it's tricky too because you're normally just like talking normal, like just gabbing about whatever. But then you drop a bomb like that. You always do that, man. And yeah, I like that. You're crazy, dude. I love you, man. Let's see. We got Abe. I got to get up earlier. Haha. I know, right? I'm going on an hour. It's 9:40. I'm supposed to go to bed a little early so I can get to the gym early tomorrow. I got to get up at like 4:30 or 4:45 if I want to get to the gym in time to do my workout and then get back home and then go to work and be, on time for work. So I don't know. I didn't go to the gym this morning because I went to bed too late and I really want to do it today, but I'm going to try to get through the rest of this chat and we'll see where we get to. Ichthy, I always like to jump onto new Discord channels. That's cool. And I hope you enjoy ours, man. Anna, I'm actually learning that I do better if I schedule time to not have to do anything. Like not having a defined project during the weekend. It allows me to spontaneously do something new or just rest. See that? I'm glad you said that, Anna, because that's like how is that working for you? Maybe we should talk in the audio chat sometime about it, but like that's what I feel like I kind of came to that, during my vacation time. Like maybe I'd be more productive if I just didn't put so much stress on myself and just made whatever I'm excited to make in the moment. And I know that's like following your inspiration, and you shouldn't follow inspiration. You should, you know, or wait to be motivated. But I kind of thrive in that kind of environment though. Like I like to just create and experiment and play. And some people have a hard time. They need to plan things out more. And I'm not that. I need to be able to start a project and finish it in one sitting. Like I'm learning that about myself. And I thought this one page comic would be something kind of like that. Like I could just focus on this. It might take a few days or whatever of real hard focus and spending some hours on it, but then, after weeks of working on it, I'm like, I kind of want to abandon this one page comic because it did happen to be a lot more detailed than other things, but it's like I'm almost done with the inks, and I want to just abandon it, you know. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll still finish it, but I'm losing steam for it. And so I don't know. Maybe there's ways I can do comics where it'll be more satisfying to me, where I can sit down. maybe I could do 1 page comics, but they're not like 1 page comics that take 3 weeks to make because they're so detailed. You know, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, comic strips are a way to go, but that's not really what I want to make. I wonder too if it's this kind of stories I'm writing, because I'm just writing stories a lot of times just to kind of come up with something fun and have a little bit of a, like, I'm trying to craft these stories, but it's like sometimes I have like really crazy ideas that are like more motivating to me. But I know, the thing is those get so big, and then I run into the problem again if it's taking too long. And so, but yeah, let's see, and I'm gonna read this again. I'm actually learning that I do better if I schedule time to not have to do anything, like not have like it's like you're scheduling. Okay, I'm gonna go be creative. I don't know what I'm gonna create, but I'm gonna go be creative. Like I was thinking that same kind of thing during my vacation. Maybe that I should do that. And then so we'll see what comes up. I end up making some TikToks, and that also makes art, so I could post the art somewhere. Maybe that becomes, some kind of thing that I do every day for like a week, and it becomes a comic, a panel a day, or I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, yeah. And then you said do something new or just rest. So yeah, I could just rest too. Then that's when the procrastination really is going to set in, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to figure out this creativity stuff and hacking your way into being productive. Anna says it's often in those times where I suddenly find a new topic of interest, make progress, or just clear my head from all that's going on. I'm curious how that played out when you did this 9-volt project, because once you got on it, it seemed like you were really, really off to the races with it, to the point where I know that in this comic you said you only put a few pages, but you actually made a lot more pages. And that's just part of the story, I think you said, right? If I'm not mistaken. Pancho, but I made a big comic. I don't know if I want to give it away for free. Well, I'm not saying you have to give it away for free, but you could give like the intro away, like the whatever the hook is, maybe like a few pages that kind of might hook the reader in, create some interest, just like they would with a preview. Maybe you can just post it on your website or a blog or something for free, or even print out, a copy of like one small section of the comic, and if you want more, come and you can buy the rest of the story, type of thing. So yeah, I'm sorry if I made you feel like I'm suggesting you have to give it away for free or something. That's one way to go about it. It's just one way to go about it. But yeah, and especially if it's a really big project, it's hard to spend all that time. Like the time you spent on that is worth something. You should get paid. Especially if it's a good story, and I'm sure it's pretty good. It might be amazing. Who knows? Maybe it's like the next the next Lord of the Rings for your subject matter. I don't know, but anyways, like yeah, again, feel free. You don't have to give it away for free, but maybe there's a way you can have free be part of the thing, but you don't. Again, you know, Indiegogo is a great way if you really believe in the project and you feel like you can get some people interested, do it, and or a Kickstarter or something like that. Jack Haggerty. Hey Marsh, how do you deal with doubt in your drawing ability? I'm a new artist who is having issues with confidence. Um, the best way I know to deal with doubt in drawing ability. I mean, it stops me too, sometimes. But there's a lot of things you can do to kind of warm up. Do gesture drawings. Do just automatic drawing. Where you just kind of scribble and come up with shapes and lines and shading and whatever it is that comes to you, and it'll warm you up to the point where it's like, okay, I'm drawing now. I might as well try to do something real here. Just sketching. And one thing is finishing a sketchbook. That was a big deal to me. It didn't matter if any of the drawings were good at all, but if I could at least get from the beginning to the end of a sketchbook, then I'm drawing, and there are a few things here and there that actually I can use, for something. Um, the it's it Doubting your drawing ability is it's like that's almost like an enemy like shooting at you. Like that's what I feel like doubt almost is like. So it's like I perceive it almost as an attack, a doubt, a thought of doubt, and one way to kind of get away from that and evade that attack, or to absorb that attack almost in a way that is okay, like shield, it's like a shield or something, is just acknowledge that, you know we all suck. Like even the most accomplished artists feel like they suck most of the time, or a lot of times. Maybe some of us are a little more mental healthy and don't feel that way, or maybe we're deluding ourselves, or is that how you say it? Maybe we're delusional, and we think we're the best thing since sliced bread. um I don't know, but I think we all deal with doubts, and one of the greatest ways is just to do a lot of bad drawings and be okay with that. And then sometimes they're good, and show people the good ones if you want. I don't know. That's kind of how I do it. Fogbreaker, how you doing, man? Hey, bro. Everybody's talking to each other. Peter says, long, productive day. Time to chill and wind down now. Good, man. That's awesome. Glad to hear. The other Jason. What's up, Mutt? How you doing, man? Glad to see you here. Dork Guy has a reply to Jack Haggerty. Don't compare yourself to other artists. Keep drawing the things you enjoy, but put aside time to practice the fundamentals. I mean, that's even better advice than I gave to a certain extent. That's like the good art teacher advice. Like, don't compare yourself to others. Draw what you enjoy, and then practice the fundamentals. Like, if you can make yourself do that, like, and be disciplined to keep doing that over and 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 over again, you will be an amazing artist. That's like good advice. And then sometimes it doesn't hurt to take a short break. So thanks for that, Dorka. Great advice. Great advice. Oh, here we go. Deanna, is it Deanna or Dina Myers likes be your own guru. Well, I didn't come up with that, but yeah, I like it too. Frankie, what's up, dude? How you doing, man? Let's see. Pancho, when I finish my comic, can I send it for you for free if you send me your feedback? Yeah. I'd probably be happy to buy it too, so, but, yeah, you can send it to me, and I'll let you know what I think for sure. That'd be cool. Just remind me, because I'll forget sometimes. But you could come on a live stream and ask, or you can email me at marshmakesart@gmail.com. Peter Palmiotti is going to be on the Tarraco Creative Cast next week. Frank, you're the man. Thanks for shouting that out. Everybody go check out Peter's show. Love you, love you too, Marshall. Yeah, man. Yep, Peter Palmiotti. That's cool. I don't know what the Taraco Creative Cast is, but you know, y'all should go check that out. Go to YouTube and search for that. There's some cool links in the description here too for y'all to check out. Once again, the 9 volt Pulp Anthology. There's a link for that. The mini comic bundle, The Vault by Aaron Guzman and Fogbreaker Studios, also known as Jason Alexander. Check those out. And then my new music is there. We're still going. We're still going here for a minute, for a little bit. Nathan Rosario, how you doing, man? That's a new friend. How you doing, dude? Glad to see you jumping in here. And I noticed your the yeah, everybody should check out Nathan's website. Let me see. He just showed it to me. I want to see if I can find the I almost want to like go through it. Like it's so cool. Um, let's see. I think it was ancientearth.com or something. Yeah, here. Let me see. I'm looking at it right now. Ancientearthstudios.com. Like you guys want to see some cool art? Like let me know in the chat if you guys want me to show you some of his cool art, or you can go to the site yourself and check it out. He has some amazing, really cool art that I think you guys will dig. Some Masters of the Universe, Iron Maiden is his logo thing there. There's just so many cool. I mean, I was looking through his art earlier today, and I'm like, dude, I'm so amazed. Like seriously, really cool. Nathan says, I find that taking a break is important to recharge your creative battery, but if I stay away for too long, it's very difficult to get back into it. I do too. I totally agree. Like, and honestly, that's kind of what I'm doing today a little bit, you know. Just got off of church chat, and that was really good. And actually, I was sketching during the church chat. I was just doodling just because, and that's the first time I've actually drawn in a few. I don't know when the last time I actually drew was. It might have been a couple weeks ago. No, I did it recently. I did work a little bit on the Doodle Game comic that I talked about earlier. But you know, it was just I had to just not. I had to just draw something, you know. And I get to the point too after I've taken a break where I feel like I need to like I just I can't not be creative anymore. Like I've not been creative for too long, you know, and I have to create something, and I get there, and so yeah, I don't know, I don't know. It can be hard to get back in, but sometimes I have to get back in too. I noticed both. Anna says, yeah, I'd be happy to audio chat with you, Marsh. Yeah, we'll do it again sometime because actually I haven't been in the Discord audio chat a lot, but lately when I've gone in, the few times I did, you weren't around. But yeah, we'll have to do it. It'd be fun. Mindfully stoic. I find it more difficult of trying to turn off the creative side than just sit down and stay on one project. I find it more difficult trying to turn off the creative side. It might be because I'm tired, but I'm not sure I understand what you're saying. But I find it difficult to stay on one project, and maybe you're saying I find it difficult to turn on the creative side. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure what you mean. Frank says resting is good. And every time I talk to you, Frank, you always say, I just came back from church. Well, today I just came back from church. Well, I mean, it was a Zoom call, but it was still church. It was a small group thing. It was really cool. That's been really helpful for me lately. and church in general. I've been doing a lot of things. We've been doing church hikes. That's fun. You get a little exercise in, and you have some fellowship. Really cool stuff. Anna says, "Yeah, I'm going to talk about the 9-volt submission I did on a video soon." Yeah, I mean that'll be. I'll have to check that out. Frank and Anna both here. They do videos together, and they have their own channel together. And I'm sorry, but I forget what it's called. But they also do them on their own channels too, and they're a great team and doing some really cool things. Frank's, you already finished that video, Anna. See, they're working on a team even here. Let's see. Frank says tomorrow they're having a comic creator from Austin, Texas. You guys should check it out. Oh, cool. I'm assuming that's on the show that Peter's going to be on. Peter, yeah, I hear you. Oh, they're talking to each other. Let's see. What else we got here? Deanna says, yeah. So yeah, it's Deanna. See, I don't know. Does that mean Dina? Or remember, I'm tired too, but I don't know if Dean is supposed to be pronounced Dean or Deanne. Yeah, 'twas Ram Das came up with it. I think you were trying to remember that phrase, so I just helped to remind you. East Forest made an album with him before he passed. Bless. Cool. Cool. Yeah, Frank, I just came back from church too. That's what I keep telling Anna. Okay, cool. So yeah, awesome guys. Thank you for watching. It's been an hour and a half, and I'm losing steam. I gotta go to bed. But thanks for hanging out with me. And again, check out the links in the description. Got new music, got some comics you can check out. Definitely worth it. And I hope you guys got something from this. I think even just sharing the creative process. I mean, even me doing this live stream is like me getting out of kind of the rut of not doing anything. And so it'll get me back in the game, I think. I don't know if I'm going to be doing a lot of live streams still, though. Like, I'm still kind of trying to chill out with live streams a little bit. So we'll see. I'd like to get back to working artist vlogs. I'd like to get back to edited videos where I just show the process of me doing some cool art and maybe throw a little insights at you and some stuff like that. Maybe tutorials. Who knows? I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to let myself figure it out, and we'll see. I think it'll be fun, though. Whatever it is, it's going to be fun. And I can't stay away from you guys, so it'll be coming. Dale says, I hear there's a barbecue in Texas. Cool. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for hanging out, and peace out, y'all.